Well, we're really grateful to the community for supporting our schools and really modernizing our schools. They were all built several decades ago and not really designed for the needs of students today. Using that community support, we're able to modernize our schools to upgrade the technology, safety, and instructional components that students of today need. So we're at the tail end of our Measure Q implementation. We have 2 schools remaining that we're finishing up this year. Sowers is a beloved middle school in Huntington Beach, and the design is several decades old. So it's really had its limitations in what it can provide the students of today.
Sowers was built as an open design school with no walls instructionally. And over the period of years, walls were built as teachers felt that need to have more privacy in their teaching. Spaces were created in a place not meant to have those spaces. Doorways were constructed, solid walls, folding walls, trying to meet the needs as we went. So we went through a number of modernizations at Sowers, and we finally got to a point where we're saying we've done all we can do with the old structure. It's time to look at something new. First impressions are important. And when you walk into Sowers, you see an old school with an old design. When you walk into a newer school, like our redesigns of Dwyer Middle School, you really see some amazing new features like a gymnasium, new locker rooms, new learning facilities, STEM labs, and those currently don't exist at Sowers.
When we first started looking at the master plan, we intended to modernize Sowers Middle School, but we recognized very quickly that Sowers suffered from a number of different issues that were unique to that site. The first of which was they had liquefaction in the soils. And so in order for us to modernize that site, we had to do something with the soil conditions in order to stabilize those facilities and at the same time bring them up to seismic standards. We developed a feasibility study at one point during the master planning process that looked at the idea of what if we replaced Sowers Middle School. We wanted to create spaces that had a lot of natural light and had access to the outdoor and indoor environments. And we couldn't do that if we were going to modernize it. The bones just weren't there. So while the cost to modernize Sowers was on par with the cost to replace Sowers, it really informed the district that it made more sense to replace that school rather than rehabilitate it.
The design will feature modular classroom buildings along with traditional construction of a lot of the other components of the school site, including a new student union that will feature flexible indoor-outdoor spaces for students to eat and socialize. It will feature a new gym and locker room that currently the site doesn't have. So lots of opportunities to enhance the things that Sowers students love to do: performances, physical activity, indoor-outdoor learning, and really just more opportunities to prepare students for the futures they're going to face.
Sowers is going to be a flagship campus for Huntington Beach City School District and this community. We're building for the next 50 years. There's potential that my kids' kids are going to go to Sowers, right? So the impact on the community is going to long withstand the duration of this project and what we're able to do at Sowers.
So we've developed a multi-phase approach to this project. The first phase is the construction of all of the facilities that house the students, including the administration, the student union, and all of the classrooms in phase 1. So we're going to be focusing on phase 1 outside of the footprint of the existing school, building all of those new facilities on the current hardcourt and field areas. So phase 1 will be completed around August of 2023, just in time for the students to return and occupy that space. And then while they occupy phase 1, we're going to demo the old facilities, rebuild the hardcourt and field areas, as well as additional parking that will enable them to really utilize then the entire site. So we're flipping the script. We're actually building the new school where the fields are now and building the fields and the hardcourts where the old school is now. And ultimately phase 2 will be complete around August of 2024. Included in that will be the gymnasium, as well as the locker room facility, so completing all of their athletics and physical education facilities.
Going module, will save time on the schedule. Having those things built off-site, bring them on-site, install them. While they're doing that, we can go build the traditional admin building and the site work.
At our facilities that have already been modernized, we see not only academic student outcomes because of the new instructional technology, but we also see students and families and our community that takes pride in our schools. When folks from outside the district come into our schools, they're amazed at the technology that we have available and the things that our teachers are doing with it to really engage our students and improve outcomes.
You know, at each site, I think they've been able to design special elements that are unique to that site. And when you have a specific room that's designed for an academic or extracurricular purpose, it just lends itself to great things happening. You know, I really see the future here at Sowers Middle School with this new facility, bringing the community together to showcase academics, to showcase athletics, to showcase music and performing arts. I also just see it as a great learning space for kids, for our teachers, and for the future of the district.